not only build trust and armor against invasion, right? People trying to take advantage of you, but you also build armor and trust within yourself that nobody, I mean nobody, will be able to mess with, play with, filter, infiltrate, try to penetrate. It's just not going to work. Why? Why is it not going to work? Because you become so powerful within who you are. You build that trust up in yourself so high that you're not looking for anyone else to give it to you. You're not looking for validation from other people because your validation came from in here. It came from self. Hey, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to Finding with Jessie, the life coach. So I hope everybody has been doing well, been feeling fabulous. As I always say, if not, give it time, and time things will change. So my beautiful souls, today we are going to be speaking about trust issues. So I actually just got off of a coaching call and we were discussing trust issues. And someone said to me that, they don't know how to trust themselves. And it gave me this inspiration for this video because I know a lot of people struggle with this. And so we're going to be touching on some 3 basic principles to help you build up trust within yourself. So this is the thing about trust. It's a little tricky, like everything that we have to overcome. Because the thing with trust is we usually have trust issues and we stop trusting ourselves and others after a trauma has come in, right? Something has caused the unsettling feeling within us. We have given our trust to others who have broken it. And not only do we start losing the trust in other people, but we also start losing the ability to trust ourselves because we are the ones who let them in. So now we start second guessing our whole thought process. And we start thinking to ourselves, are we fit, right? Are we fit because we have made bad judgment calls in the past? And then, it just boils in. It goes into a whole loop of how do I trust myself again? So with everything that we must dismantle and everything that we must heal and get past, we have to be able to reconstruct the narrative. That is super important. It's all about our perspective, right? And we're going to break this down in a critical way, and I'm going to give you an example of exactly what I mean, right? So the first thing to really look at is, which is super honest, right? That certain people are just not on the same vibration and they don't have and share the same heart as you, and they seek to destroy others and they seek to take advantage of others. They're only out for self. They are very self-centered, right? They're very entitled to a lot of things, characteristics that other people have. And a trusting person will always be a target of that sort. So first thing first, when you are looking to rebuild your trust, you have to look at everything from reality, not wishful thinking and not getting caught up in the emotions of wishful thinking or getting caught up in the emotions of victim mentality. Like, why did this happen to me? I'm such a good person. I'm so trusting. Why people take advantage of me, right? Well, people take advantage of what they can take advantage of. There's a lot of people who are on this plane that have mean spirits, that they have evil spirits, they have dark spirits, right? They're just low vibrational individuals. And anytime they can get something for free, they are going to do it. But there's ways to protect yourself. So one thing we need to start doing when you're trying to rebuild your trust, I cannot always rely on others to be trustworthy or trustful with me, but I can rely on myself, right? What does that mean? When we take that apart, a lot of people do not trust in themselves. We are given a beautiful gift, and it's called the gift of intuition. Our intuition is connected to source. We have so much wisdom in our intuition. Our intuition is there to protect us, is there to guide us. But what happens is that a lot of people let other individuals manipulate them into believing that they know what's best for them, right? We are filled with programming. We are filled with conditioning. We are filled with dogmatic views. We are filled with following the guides and steps of others who have gone before us. This is what society is made up of. This is what a lot of people are made up of when you think about their belief systems. You want to dismantle that? You want to get out of that? You want to start trusting yourself? The way to do that is to trust your intuition. Not what your mama says, not what your daddy says, not what the church says, not what the Bible says, not what your religious group says, not what your friends say, not what your family say, not what your boss says. No, you cut all of that out and you follow your internal compass, which is your intuition. And I promise you, your intuition will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. The only time people feel that their intuition steers them wrong is when they think they're following their intuition and what they are doing is following their emotions. And those are two different things. So building up your intuition, it's going to do you a huge service. And when you don't follow it, it does you a huge disservice. So if you want to get real comfortable and trusting yourself, trust yourself and stop trusting others. When you trust others, that's the clear direction to lead you on to wrong paths that are not for you and take you down paths of bad decision making that you later on regret. So trust yourself, build up your intuition. And the best way to build up your intuition is to get really silent and start really thinking reflective about choices you have made and the things that you believe in and the people you are connected to and their belief systems. And you have to really look at, am I taking on other people's belief systems, or do I truly believe this right here, right now, from my path, from my life? Am I following truly my direction, or am I living for others? Majority of the people, 90% probably of the people on this planet are living for others, and they don't even realize it because it's conditioning, it's programming, it's I must do this, I must do that, they're doing that, so I should follow. That's the easiest way to lead you down paths that are not for you, and for people to take advantage of you is when your intuition is not clear. So getting silent, getting reflective, being introspective will help you build up your intuition. And that's the number one way to help you stay safe and protected. Anytime you are living for someone else, you are living in manipulation. And a lot of people don't even realize that. I cannot always rely on others to be honest with me, but I can always rely on myself to be honest and tell the truth and see reality for what it is. So now number 2 is all about healing gaslighting within yourself. So many people do not realize that they lie to themselves every single day. They do not see their life with a clear vision. What they're seeing life through is rose-colored glasses, which is not reality, right? In order to get over that hump and start being really honest with yourself, to start trusting yourself so you know that you can rely on yourself, right? We can't always rely on people to be honest with us. A lot of people lie. They lie to themselves, right? They're in the same position. They're walking around with rose-colored glasses, wanting to believe there's something that they are not, wanting to believe that they, living an honest life, but they are not. And in order for you to be able to stop that within yourself and heal that, you have to stop the gaslighting that you're doing to yourself. Because when you gaslight yourself, you do yourself a great disservice. And gaslighting is all about changing the reality of what is actually happening right in front of you, in front of your own eyes, and what you're hearing with your own ears, and what you could touch with your own hands. So really getting down to healing that aspect of yourself and really living in reality, not what you want, not what you believe, but reality. What is in front of me, right? Not what other people want you to believe again. Ending manipulation, ending listening to others over yourself is all about being honest with yourself. You want to heal trust issues within other people and yourself? Learn how to be honest with yourself. 100% honest. The third one is all about, I cannot rely on others to keep me safe, but I can rely on myself. Once again, this is truth. We cannot rely on other people to keep us safe. Even our own family members, mothers and fathers have done damage to us that they don't even realize. So they have not always kept us safe. And that's where childhood wounding comes in. It is not to say that our parents and family members and our loved ones want to directly harm us. They do it unintentionally. It's not conscious, but it's by programming and conditioning in ways that they learn how to love, and the ways that they learn what a family, situationship should be, and all these other things that go deep down into introspective, right? So we cannot rely on anyone to keep us safe. When we're children, that's different. We rely on our family, our mothers, our fathers, and older individuals to keep us safe. We rely on them. We have to, because we cannot do it for ourselves. But when we get to the stage of life that we are adults, as we are now, as you and I are, that's when we have to learn how to rely on ourselves to keep us safe. And in order for you to do that, you need to work on your boundaries. So many people do not have proper boundaries in place. When you have proper boundaries, you don't let anyone step over those boundaries. And when they do, you speak up for yourself and say, I don't really like that. That made me feel uncomfortable. Please don't do that again. Don't touch me in my face. Don't touch me anywhere without my consent. You are able to speak up for yourself and have proper boundaries, right? Even if you're not able to do it in the moment, you take a moment, you reflect on what has happened, and then you go back and then you put the proper measurements that need to be put into place to protect yourself. So a lot of people that have trust issues, they always say the same thing, right? Well, this person lied to me. This person betrayed me. This person stepped over my boundaries. This person wasn't trustworthy. And to avoid all of that and to get your trust back where it needs to be, we need to understand that we need to rely on ourselves to do that. We can't rely on anyone else to do that. And when you have expectations that people are not going to do that, you will always, always, always wind up disappointed and heartbroken. Because like I said, even people who are not intentionally trying to harm us, they harm us by their unconscious programming and conditioning and their own defense mechanisms. So we cannot rely on others to protect us. We need to be able to protect ourselves. And when you have, once again, proper boundaries in place, that is the way you protect yourself. Your mouth is the way you protect yourself. You don't like something? Speak up. You don't like something? Have a conversation, right? Cutting people out of your life. Your energy is your protection. You don't like the way someone's treating you? You know what? Pull back your energy. You don't like the way someone's showing up in your life? Guess what? Pull back your energy. You don't have to give them you. They're not entitled to you. They're not entitled to your energy. They're not entitled to anything. You are the CEO. You are the VP. You are the owner of this here body and everything that comes with it and that goes along with it, which is your energy, your heart, your source, your money, your love, your sex, everything you are in charge of, nobody else. So if you do not like the way someone is showing up or treating you, then you get to make the decision whether they get to stay or are you going to kick them to the curb and give them a one-way ticket out of your life if they cross those boundaries with you. If they're not keeping you safe and they're jeopardizing your safety and making you feel unsafe in one way or another, you don't have to tolerate that. You don't have to deal with that. And that's where the boundaries come up. And that's when your decision making comes up. Whether this person, this circumstance, this thing, this place, whatever is making you feel unsafe, does it get to stay? You get to make that decision, right? So having your boundaries in place is super important. This is the thing about trust issues, like everything else, like I said, you need to heal in your life. When they come up, it's for a purpose. Trauma comes in for a purpose. And even though it traumatizes us, it is also there to crack us open so we can heal other traumas, so we can heal other things, so we can address and things can come up for the surface, so we can look at it and see it clearly, so we can start making decisions about how we've been moving, what we need to do going forward, and how to avoid it from happening again. So people get so stuck in the emotions of it all, but it's all there to teach us and to help us grow and to help us evolve and to help us become stronger and more knowledgeable. Same thing with trust issues. When someone violates your trust, instead of staying stuck in the emotions and I can't believe they hurt me, you need to look at it clearer and ask yourself, well, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? This happened, this sucks, it was shitty, I didn't like it, it's unfortunate, but you know what? I don't want this ever to happen again. How do I avoid it from ever happening again? How do I avoid getting entangled with these situations again, right? And these are some of the ways that you can look into that and avoid these things from happening again, right? Someone breaks your trust, you know what? Stop trusting others. Stop trusting their words over your own, because that's what happens when you give your trust too freely, right? You're not trusting yourself. So get that intuition up. And once that intuition speaks to you about, you know what? I don't like the way that person's making me feel. Or you know what? They said something to me that's kind of resonating in my head and I can't get it out of my head. Or you know what? There was something about that word they spoke that kind of just stood out to me. There's something about the way they dress. There's something about the way they looked. I can't prove it. I don't know, but I'm getting a feeling. Well, that feeling is your intuition. Follow it. Follow it and follow where it's leading you. If you need to cut someone off, cut them off. That's it. You don't need to give anybody an explanation of why you don't want them in your life. We do not owe people that much. You don't want something there, remove it, and that's that. You don't answer to anyone but you, because you are the owner of this said body, of you, right? Same thing goes for every other category, right? If you don't feel safe, you know what to do. If you feel that you can rely on someone, you know what to do. If you feel someone's not being honest with you, then you need to be honest with yourself that they're not being honest with you. You also need to be honest with yourself that you're at a stage of your life that nothing less than is going to do. You need to set those standards, right? And you need to stick to it. Do not set a standard and go backwards. That's the easiest way for someone to keep on taking advantage of your trust. You need to see things honestly and be honest with yourself about situations that you are in, how you got in them, and how to protect yourself. If you do that, you not only build trust and armor against invasion, right? People trying to take advantage of you, but you also build armor and trust within yourself that nobody, I mean nobody, will be able to mess with, play with, filter, infiltrate, try to penetrate. It's just not going to work. Why? Why is it not going to work? Because you become so powerful within who you are. You build that trust up in yourself so high that you're not looking for anyone else to give it to you. You're not looking for validation from other people, because your validation came from in here. It came from self. And you know what you know. Don't question it. So my beautiful souls, those are ways that you can actually build up trust within yourself. Trust is an inside job. Build it for yourself, and when it is solid, you'll be able to give it to others. And when you give your trust and someone breaks it, now you are better prepared to protect yourself. So that's all I have for you today, my beautiful souls, and I will see you in my next one. Sending you all love and light. Bye.